Hello everyone, welcome to Facebook Live today, Wednesday at 12:30, here I am. And today I would like to spend 10 minutes exploring how your beliefs impact on your sales. So for those of you that have seen me speak or know me, you'll know that I'm a true advocate of what goes on in here has the biggest impact on your sales results. And so this Facebook Live, really my goal for this in 10 minutes really is to get you in tune with what you are thinking about yourself when it comes to sales. I want you to get in tune with the kind of things you either think to yourself or even say to yourself. And when you are around the activity of sales, what are the kind of things that you actually do think? You know, and this is something I hear all the time, I'm not really a salesperson. And if they're the kind of things that you say to yourself, you are definitely increasing the barriers to you being amazing at sales. If I were to say to you that you have every skill you need to be amazing at sales, you know, if you can speak and you can connect with people, you can chat with people and be interested in people, that's all you actually need. It's all the other stuff that gets in the way. So what do you need to do in order to start making changes? Well, the first thing you have to do is to increase your awareness that you're actually doing this at all, because it will probably be fairly unconscious. You'll be thinking these things without consciously even connecting. So I want you going forward to notice what you think and say every time you're thinking about sales, every time you're about to embark on a sales activity, every time you're planning to do some kind of sales activity. And I want you to write down every single thing that you think or say that starts with I can't. And it might be, I can't pick up the phone, I can't write copy, I can't speak to people, I can't follow up on my proposals, I can't network. Every single time you say that to yourself or think that, I want you to write it down on a single piece of paper or in your notebook on the same page so that you can collect the list that is your list of I can'ts. Now, what you need to know as you collate this list is that you have created that belief. Beliefs are not actually facts. Beliefs are your perspective based on an experience you've had. So if you believe, for example, that you can't pick up the phone, it's probably because you had a telephone conversation that didn't go terribly well and you put the phone down and thought that was a complete disaster. Oh, I simply can't do this. Now, most people can't do something straight off immediately and think of all the things that you're amazing at now, you would have done for the first time at some point in your life. Now, a belief is just something that we set in stone, but actually is just a perspective. So you may have had a phone call that went less than totally magnificent, but it was just your attempt that time. You may not be great at sales yet because you're still practicing. So what I want you to understand is because you created this belief, you can actually change this belief really easily. Now, you are changing beliefs all of the time. As we go through life, we have a belief, something happens that changes that belief, and then we change our belief. When we're children, we believe in Father Christmas, for example, and now as adults, we don't believe in Santa anymore. But I'm really sorry if I've just shattered some illusions. But, you know, things change. our life evolves and our beliefs change. So the fact that you have created a belief that binds you in chains, actually let it be completely freeing that you can change these beliefs. These beliefs are ones that if they don't serve you, you can change. Know too that you have really positive and empowering beliefs that actually caused you to start your business in the first place because you believed that you are really great at something and you wanted to share it with the world. Now, in order to share your gift with the world, you need to be able to overcome this stuff in here. So, as you collect this list of I can'ts, I want you to create another list. Every time you say I can't to yourself, or even out loud, I want you to think of a time when actually you have done the very thing that you say you can't do. Because for every experience where you may have had a negative telephone conversation, you will have had a positive conversation. In fact, you'll have had far more positive conversations than you will have had negative ones. But what happens is, because we have this belief in here that you can't do sales calls, then your mind actually deletes all those amazing sales conversations that you've had on the telephone, or whatever your example of I can't is. Because it can only focus on so many things, so it's going to focus on the things that actually collude with your negative belief that you can't do something. So I want you, every time you create an I can't, is to spend a few minutes thinking about, okay, so think of a time when I had a really great sales conversation on the telephone. And relive that experience. I want you to relive it as if it was this very moment. You know, what were you seeing? What were you hearing? What were you feeling? What did it feel like when you put the phone down to have had a really great conversation? And create a list of those really great conversations. And the more experiences you have for each I can't, the better. In fact, if you come up with 3 I can'ts, it really scrambles the mind. And it's like, well, I believe that on one hand, but on the other hand, I've got these examples where I've actually done something really, really well. And when you get to about 3 examples, your mind goes, well, actually, I can't really believe that anymore. I can believe these others, and you have a choice. You can choose to believe those I cans in order to delete the I can'ts. Now, I've got some amazing techniques to get a bit deeper into that I can't go through in 10 minutes, but many of you will know that I have something called the Belief Buster that I've written in my book, that we've shared on Sasudi, that I've probably even written a blog about. In fact, I'm sure I must have at some point. So for those of you that want the Belief Buster, let me know in your comments below and I'll send you the template for that, which is just a simple process in order to get rid of any negative beliefs that you have about yourself and create really empowering ones. So the thing that you need to remember going forward is, firstly, let's do it this way. Firstly, your negative beliefs are made up by you. Secondly, you can change those beliefs whenever you want to. And thirdly, you will have plenty of examples where you have done something amazingly well of what you think you can't do. And it's up to you to collect all those I cans in order to eradicate your I can'ts. It's super simple, super easy. And I wish you loads of luck in doing this. The great thing about it is, as you build more of these I can experiences in your notebook, then you'll start to feel really amazing about yourself. And remember that word that I always use. If you haven't mastered it yet, you will master it soon. The more you practice, go into that learning zone, the more you will be able to do this stuff. This dark art of just being a human being and wanting to share your stuff with the world. Anyway, that's it from me today. I will see you next week at 12:30. Not quite sure, as usual, what I'm going to cover. I normally think about it on Monday, but if you have anything that you would specifically like me to cover, then please do comment below. Anyway, until next week, have an awesome rest of the day, have an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.